All right, hey class, hope everyone's doing well. This is Samuel Martin presenting the last LAP. The game I found online to practice leadership is called Person Search. The game itself only lasts 5 minutes, and the objective is to learn to quickly assess those who you're working with and figure out their strengths and what benefits they bring to the table. I think it's very important to learn how to do this quickly in a group work setting. The instructions of the game are pretty simple. Just you are given a list of criteria, and in a 5-minute period you want to match at least one person to each of the 10 points. This kind of gets you moving around the room and trying to find more out about your peers. The criteria listed, the first one is the person who lives the farthest away, and then the person who lives the closest, someone who's left-handed, someone with green eyes, the person with the most pets, someone who plays golf, someone who's worked in a grocery store, who has seen the most famous celebrity, the person who stayed up the latest last night, and then the oldest in the room. So this necessarily isn't what you'd look for in like a group work setting, but it practices just trying to pull information from people. So I understand everyone's at home, but I guess just hypothetically play this in your game, in your head, and try to imagine what you do in this situation. So then once the game is over, there's a couple questions to go along with it. First is, what strategies did you use to find the people who would match the criteria? And then personally, in this case, if I was with a group of people who I know well, I'd probably just try to target people. But in a situation where it is like a class where you don't know everyone, it's ultimately best, I feel, just to be kind of direct. And this can kind of practice being straight to the point and how to like expand a network pretty quickly by just going through everyone and finding the information that you're looking for. What do you think the benefit is of being able to quickly identify skills and characteristics of others? I think when you're in a group, sometimes it's almost too late to find out about the other people who you're working with. Say you kind of distribute all the work among the people, and then you don't find out till the project's almost due that one person turns out is really lazy and one person's really struggling with their part. So I think the benefit of being able to do this when you're first kind of getting oriented with your group is you know who can do what well and where they may lack in certain areas, so you can avoid that or pair the people up with a task that they're proficient in. How do you think this would be different if you're either more or less acquainted with the group? Like I said previously, if I was more acquainted with the group who I'd be doing this activity with, I think I could target people a lot easier just because you understand people's lives a little better, you know their experiences, and then through that you know who would be more likely to fit the given criteria. And if you're less acquainted, I would probably be more direct just because I have absolutely no way of guessing if I didn't know the people at all. So it'd probably be just going up and deliberately asking the questions to the people. The takeaway from this, one way I view leadership is that it's through organizing people, collaborative leadership especially, or more specifically. You're not necessarily leading the group, but you're leading the people. So when you're trying to allocate people to different tasks, obviously you want to find the task that fits the person. So being able to kind of know the people better and know what they're capable of doing before the project even starts can make progress go a little smoother just because you have an understanding of what they're capable of. So what I wanted this activity to practice is just before doing anything, get to know the people first. And I think that's a very important task to have and can make a project run slower or a lot smoother. And because in the other scenario, you don't learn about them till you're halfway through the project. And then that's kind of when you start to understand flaws. So if you can point that out even before the project starts, that's very helpful. This ultimately ties into understanding those around you. And when you have kind of a connection with people before the project actually starts, there's more trust and understanding within the group, which makes communication a little easier. So that would be the game if we were all in class together, which unfortunately we are not. So thank you and good luck to everyone on their finals.